It's J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. We going live. First reaction for Raising Kanan, episode 3 for season 4. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. We see Unique trying to take out all the Rock's connections slowly but surely, and also a little bit of sentimental moments, I guess, with the Thomas family and other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and recap this episode, break down a couple of the highs and lows, points or whatever that I enjoyed or whatever in this episode, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give it a episode rating, my Mosco rating, so that give it a non-biased rating of the episode. So this episode we see it kick off with Unique going to get some takeout, some Chinese takeout. He took out 2 orders. He had 2 orders of you know what I'm saying, duck sauce. He said, you know what I mean, you gonna have to, take your out of here. You how Rock ding ding tastes. Is it sweet or sour? He done took him down. I'm like, what? He said, you should have ducked when I was shooting. You should have ducked, sauce. No, anyway, that was corny. But yeah, man, that was kind of sad. They died looking in each other's eyes. It was bad idea. Bad idea, yeah, bad idea. I still love you. I love you. Oh. That was messed up. Unique. You say, hey man, I gotta pay for my baby mama. Anyway, we see that Rock and everybody still don't know what's going on, and I think that Unique's partner gonna end up telling on him eventually, because we did see that Marvin knows him in this episode, so that is gonna be interesting to see how that play out. Anyway, for some reason, because I got space on my computer, but this damn message keep coming up saying I don't have any space. I need to close stuff and restart. So y'all see a few delays. That's what's going on. Damn, I forgot to fill up my water bottle. Give me a new water bottle. So they answered a few questions in this episode that I liked. Now me, I never been in the military. I don't have extensive military background, but from what I know, you can't just leave and go AWOL or leave basic training. They did call it something. I forgot what it was called, but they addressed it in this episode about how she ran away from the military. Now, I do remember that it was no gays allowed in the military, and that Bill Clinton put in the don't ask, don't tell order, so that the military can't ask if you're gay or not, and you shouldn't tell or disclose if you're gay or not. But I guess that if you did disclose or they wound out, you could be put out. So one of the things when they were there and talking with Laverne, Jukebox, she told him that she was gay, and that's why she wasn't going back. And one of the things that the dude said was, you disappointing your country, you letting your country down. Which I guess, and I've noticed this through time as I've gotten older, that it's a big difference in the way, I guess, a lot of inner city, I would say inner city African Americans view the military or the government versus non-African Americans. and how they view the government. Maybe because the United States government had its boot one way or another, on or up the back or rear of African Americans for so long that it never maybe felt like ours or our country. So people say fight for your country or do these things. Maybe it's a little disillusionment in that. I know growing up, although this is the only country I know really, and I don't want to live anywhere else, honestly. Not that I wouldn't, but I don't know anywhere else and things. And you know, I mean, this is my country, but I don't know. I don't know how it feels. Complicated. So I get how it is. I mean, if another people country come over here and invade, then I'm pretty sure everybody gonna be ready to put a foot in something. But as far as going to do other things, I don't know about that. That's where it get complicated. Anyway, I like how her and Marvin was like, they didn't let us down. Hey, and dude pretty much ain't had nothing to say. It was a white military officer and the black one, and the white one looked at the black one, and the black one whispered something back in his ear, like he was like, "Okay." He probably was like, "Man, don't even waste your time." Anyway, it did show in this episode, as far as Jukebox, some growth, and that's something I liked when I saw that she had went back to school, the counselor or whoever, I guess, to try to get some type of job placement and some type of help. And she ran across some of her old crew, old boy that they used to, live that low life. That's when you used to boost polos. So we used to call it in Chicago, living that low life. Anyway, they used to go ahead and boost the clothes or whatever in season 1 or 2. So she see them, they like, yo, come through, hang out, da da da, blase, skippy, whoop de whoop. So she like, all right, cool, I'm gonna come through. We see her later go through the spot, and it seemed like she felt out of place. Everybody, and I felt this way in the sense of you could tell you kind of grown a little bit because things that used to be fun, or doing things, or hanging with people that used to be fun, you don't it don't seem as fun or interesting. Nothing against those people, but you kind of lose your interest in that. And while she was there, they was all talking, saying this and that, and she just felt like out of place, like she was disinterested. And they talking about still boosting clothes and stuff, and she like, man, that's high school stuff. And I never kind of, I mean, I guess as I was growing through stuff, so with my peers, so I didn't necessarily have that type of reaction. But when I did go other places or live other places and come across people my age that were doing stuff that we did when we were younger, I never connected with them. I never started doing that stuff again, or be like, oh yeah, that's cool, this is how we did it. I'd be like, okay, time to move on. So I kind of related to how she was like, feeling. But she told them she going to the bathroom and dipped. And hey, it is what it is. But she ended up going to another store to get that liquor license. You know what I mean? That lick her license. And so once she got there, she was standing on the corner. It was a lesbian bar. And I've heard in New York that these clubs, bars, gay bar, lesbian bars and stuff, I know they had their problems in the 80s and 90s. I guess it was getting better. But anyway, we see her there, and we see a little cougar. A cougar came and picked her up, like, yeah, you go first time? You ready to go on in there? Meow. She with me. Brought her up in there. Juke was liking it though. She like, okay, we gonna have a good time, girl. You the cat's meow. Ow. They like, hey baby, you want another drink? You like that liquor license? She said, they ain't checking for cards. It's okay, I got a liquor license. Mm-mm. Come here, baby. Okay. So, next thing you know, we gonna see why Jukebox end up being a cop and being hard. She hanging with them. Let me call her. She she about to get turned out straight up. We about to do some investigations. They about to upgrade her right quick. She about to jump a few levels in the elbow game. Anyway, we see Marvin later find out that his connect is gone. He said, I was coming to get my usual number 39. What happened? And so he let Rock know what's going on. Rock, I tell you, man, Patina Miller has a great shape for whoever the designers are for this show, costume department. They really uh usually almost always have outfits perfect for her shape and size. But this little black outfit with the white little bazooka boobs, oh no, it wasn't bad, but it looked a little off to me. I'm like, are they squeezing them things out of there or what? Like she was squeezing some toothpaste out the tube or something. Anyway, we see she still don't know in this episode her lawyer is no longer with us. And she leaving messages talking about what's your connection to NYPD? Let me know. Anyway, she told Marvin when they was there and he let her know about the little takeout at the takeout. She like, yeah, Andre said they didn't see you coming in and out of Stephanos. Huh? It wasn't me. They must have got me confused. They know what you look like, Marvin. They know what you look like, Marvin. They know it was you. They know it was you. No, they got me confused. It wasn't me. And when Marvin turned around and walked out, he was like, woo. He know that heat on him. That heat on that. Straight up. Christo Black, what up, Jay? You say that Marvin Make-A-Wish scene has to be talked about. What Make-A-Wish scene? You talking about to the girl, the little white girl? Man, I'm so glad that they did the flashback or whatever. Because I'm like, who is this girl? Like, foster family. Was the Asian family raising her? And so then I later realized it was the little snitch, old boy that snitched on him girl. Because I missed the very first preview where they was trying to show the flashback of who she was to remind us. And so I was like, who the hell is he? But yeah, so that's who it was. But it's crazy because kids say the damnedest things. So when he came and gave her the little money or whatever, that was Gerald's daughter or whatever. And she like, Uncle Marvin. And he when the teacher came, he's like, yeah, I'm a godfather. And then when she left, she's like, bye, Uncle Marvin. It'd be like godfather or uncle. No. But I wonder why they did that. To me, it was no point other than the what? Show Marvin got a heart and a sensitive side. But I don't think anybody that's been watching at this point thinks Marvin is some evil, heartless person. He do some foul stuff, but just like he didn't just go in and take out the nephew at a Chinese food restaurant. He wanted to ask him, and he like, you ain't do it, huh? When you find out, you let them know, because I'm gonna make sure they pay. What's real crazy is I was thinking when Rock and Marvin was at her house and she was like, go and find out what happened and go on and shake some trees or whatever and see what's up. And so I'm thinking to myself, man, if she didn't have Marvin and Lulu, she wouldn't have an organization. Like she can't do the leg work. She's not intimidating. She's not gonna go, intimidate and have people scared. Oh, here come Rock. You better give her the answers, man. She gonna kick your ass. She'll kill you. I don't think that was gonna happen like that. But it kind of, as I was thinking that, the scene came up next where she went to go talk with the Asian dude, old fried rice. I think his name was Old Wonton. Anyway, she was talking to him, Old Wonton, and he was like, I don't want to do this no more. This is too dangerous. Too many body dropping. I don't do this. No. She said, you married? You married? Huh? Oh, okay. Well, we married too in this business. Once you jump this broom, ain't no going back. She said, once you jump this broom, you know too much. So we in this. Mm-hmm. She got all in his face. And he got scared. But I'm wondering as well, he's older and maybe he knows there's other people connected with her. But if she didn't have that, I just wonder how it would have worked. That's all. But anyway, let's see. Rob Banks is funny. Rock found out about the Chinese people death before her lawyer. She don't know Andre there. I know, right? That is kind of interesting. Um, I was wondering how that would work. So we don't know anything really about the attorney, but I'm assuming he got an office. I'm assuming every call that she made to him wasn't a cell phone call directly, but maybe. But I'm thinking also if you try to call and he didn't answer, maybe call the office, see what's going on, and then they let you know. I'm not thinking that if he was taken out, his office would call all his clients and let them know. They probably, as the clients call in, let them know. So, but then again, it probably would have been on the news. So I don't know. She probably should know by now. Christo Black, they eat so much Chinese food to power universe from OG to prequel. I know, right? They love that. Number 39. You know, it's also another thing I was thinking in this episode, a little behind the scenes, little info. So, as an actor and things, most of that food, it is edible, but you don't want to eat it. You probably ate already. The food was cold in times where I had to have food to do stuff. The food was cold. You didn't really want to eat it. And so what was making me think that is when they was sitting there at the dinner with their mama, nobody really ate nothing. Even Lulu with the cornbread, I never saw nobody hold cornbread and then pick off kernels and be like, this is really good, mama. Dude, you ain't even took a bite yet. What is you talking about? But, you know, they simulating. That's the part of acting. If you really ate it, you wouldn't be acting like you ate it, would you? You'd be really eating dinner. So but nobody was touching that food. I wonder how long that food been sitting out there. I remember the time I had to eat a sandwich, and that sandwich, boy, I'm like, man, y'all got to get another piece of something. I ain't gonna pretend to eat this old sandwich no too many times. So anyway, that was a little tidbit that I was thinking of when I was watching them eating that old Thanksgiving dinner. And Rock proved, in my opinion, Kanan's point that she got some screws loose. She crazy. Cause when they was getting ready to go into that dinner, she talk about some why you ain't going to school. I thought you was going to college. And I'm glad he was like, are you serious? After all you done had me do and been through killing people, drug dealing, I'm driving a Benz. What is you talking about? I get work from you. We sell drugs together. And I'm supposed to go to college and what? Do homework? Be sitting here with them kids. Them kids would look, he would look down on them. He's a grown man in his mind now and in his actions. He's renting apartments. He got a girl. He driving a Benz. He making money. He got a organization with people that work for him. He got one less employee. But anyway, we get to that. You know, so how you gonna sit there with them talking about some English homework with a bunch of broke ass kids? And he know he was making bread. So yeah, she crazy. And then when her mama told her what's happening, she got up at the table and said it like that. I've been upset with my parents and things, but I wouldn't do that and say that and do. I don't know, man. I guess everybody has their own issues in relationship, and it's different. One thing I've learned as I'm getting older is you can't say what you would do with your parents or family or kids versus what somebody else could do to a certain extent because you ain't been through what they've been through with those people. You may say, I would never do this, that, and the other, but maybe you saying that because those people in your life would never do things harmful to you or neglect you. So maybe that's why you feel that way. Whereas somebody that had a more difficult time or dealing with people that are more difficult, maybe they don't feel the same way because they didn't have the same experience. So I get that. But that being said, dang girl, that was rough. That was rough. So anyway, support gaming. You say Joyce lied to all three of her kids, like Monet lied to all three of her kids, just like Rock lied to Kanan. So you know, Crystal Black. You say Andre on Chitlin. Support gaming. Unique. You want a soy sauce or duck sauce? I know, right? You better duck. Blop blop. Rob Banks. Yeah, that should be on the news. A big time lawyer murdered in his own house. Yeah, that would be on the news. I would like to believe that's out of the ordinary of some drug dealer or somebody. I thought that would have been on the news. And yeah, if it was today, maybe you would miss it because a lot of people don't watch the news or watch TV like they used to. People pick and choose what they watch. But then I think that would have been on the news. That would have they would have been something that they would have noticed, you know. Support Gamer. You say they didn't eat it because Joy's cooking is terrible. It's horrible. Marvin was eating it while it was still on the stove. One thing I thought was gonna happen, honestly, is I thought she was gonna probably faint in that kitchen, and then that's how they was gonna find out. But she didn't. And I don't like that Rock got mad at Kanan for knowing. I mean, how is it his fault that she told him or whatever? He can't say, don't tell me nothing. So, and then he was there. I don't know. Dexter Cumberbatch, you say Monet didn't cook it either. I know, right? Hey, nobody was eating that. But I think I'll remember. Again, I done seen a lot and I'm getting older. Too much weed in my system through the years, my memories. But I remember at least looking at some food on the table uh, with Monet and thinking it looked good. Now the food here didn't look bad. Don't get me wrong; it didn't look burnt and old or whatever. But I thought they had a spread one time, and I was like, "Dang, they hooked this up." But I didn't see them eat it. But hey, they did have at one time some food that I did want to eat. I didn't even want to buy the lunch. I wanted to eat it, but I couldn't. I was gonna eat that food. Dexter Cumberbatch is wild that Marvin and Jukebox had the best relationship on the show. Yeah, I guess you got a point there. They did go through a lot. They did have a lot of ups and downs and things. And I guess if you really genuinely want to make something work, those ups and downs and things can make a relationship stronger, you know? Hold on. I should have got this water bottle. I'm over here dying of thirst. Get me some water. Anyway, so I got one more comment there. I'm gonna go back to the review for this episode. Crystal Black, you say, how do they pull off the smoking scenes if they don't smoke in real life? Well, truth be told, they do be smoking. Like Patina Miller smoking the cigarettes and stuff. She really smoking that. She really smoking a cigarette. Now, I did see a scene where somebody, where did I see this? Where did I see this? It was either in a movie, a show, or something recently, but it could have been something. Oh, I watch too much stuff, so I can't remember sometimes. But somebody had lit something and they were supposed to smoke, but they never really did it. They did it, and when they had it, they lit it. As a smoker, you know if somebody's smoking. So they had it, they lit it, and as soon as they lit it, they didn't like get it started. They was like, it was lit, and then they was like put it to the side and was talking to, but so they didn't really smoke. But for the most part, they are smoking, and except for weed, they're not smoking weed though. So what they are doing is probably some tobacco or something else, but it ain't weed. Just like in movies where they doing cocaine, that's vitamin C. Yeah, that's crushed vitamin C that they be sniffing. They don't be sniffing cocaine or sniffing some regular powder because they are sniffing something. They're sniffing vitamin C. And also a lot of those bottles and stuff and glass that breaks, that's made out of sugar. A lot of people don't know that, but that glass that'll break on somebody or bottles or stuff like that, you can Google it. It's like called like a sugar glass or something like that. So, you know, it's really crazy. One Journey, hey, what's good with you? What's up? What's up? Uh Support, you say the things actors pull off is insane. Like how the hell you gonna pull off a sex scene? Well, that ain't that difficult, actually. The thing that would be difficult for me in a sex scene is that if I really started getting hard, how could you stop that? I don't know how you could stop that. So that would be difficult for me. Um, what, like pretend I'm thinking about baseball or something? Roseanne Barr naked. Oh, it works every time. Nah, like I don't know what I would do with that. And also they like the problem with that also is that they have you put on what they call the cock sock, which you like tie up around the top of your thing, and then it's like basically a sock covering your schlong. So for the women, I think it would be more difficult because the women are really naked. I mean, you got a man. Don't nobody care about a man naked except for a little wee wee. Anyway, I wouldn't mind doing a sex scene, but the thing is, they want to show men's butt too much. I don't want my butt in the air. Anyway, moving along. What else happened? Sport game, but you say you couldn't be an actor. Just don't do the sex scenes then. I think sex scenes for the men as actors is probably one of the best parts. Think about Da Vinci and his sex scenes with Lala. All I kept thinking is, oh my God, I should have got into acting at a younger age. That's all I'm thinking. Oh my God. What? Anyway, that's all I think. Oh my God, why didn't I do this sooner? What the? Anyway, we see a real serious and touching scene this episode. And that's when Lulu was at the rehab spot and he came and gave a speech. And Rock was there, which I was surprised because they kind of ain't really been that close this season so far. These two episodes, I guess, two and that we ain't really seen much interaction. And Marvin wasn't there, who was the one that picked him up, but Rock was there. And when he was there, they gave him his, I guess, sobriety coin or token. People that go through AA or different processes, they get different totems or tokens or things as mementos or whatever to remember what they're going through or whatever the case. I'm not, again, never been in that either. But he did say while he was there, he was struggling so bad that he was about to take himself out the game. Put the little, you know what I'm saying, rope around his neck. And while he was about to check out, he looked and saw himself in the mirror. And that's when he was finally, for the first time, able to see himself and his actions and feel sorry for himself, which then allowed him the space to try to heal himself, give himself the latitude to realize the mistakes he made. And it almost brought Rock to tears, in my opinion. I mean, she's so hard. Ain't nothing colder than a hoe's heart. You know what I mean? But she was hurt. She felt bad for him. And if he would have took himself out the game, I think that would have really, really bothered her. Especially since all the stuff is really kind of her fault in a way. Putting him in the game, having him take out people, D-Wiz and all these people that really affected him traumatically. And so I think she kind of felt some responsibility. And so when he was, and that was weird for him to be thanking her because she's kind of the reason you're in this situation and the way you feel. But she was like, ain't nothing wrong. Thank me, little brother. All you got to do is take care of you. Make sure you okay. That's all you got to do, little brother. You ain't got to take me, little brother. So that was good in the sense that Lulu is out the game, y'all. At least right now. Although I do see a problem coming on the horizon. And make sure that y'all know I said it here first. I'm about to say it next. So just give me a second. But I think Lou is out the game for the most part. He said he don't want to be at the bar no more because of the liquor. He ain't making no moves with Rock. He just trying to work with old boy in the music business, which is now where I'm about to tell you the next big problem in Lulu's life is coming from. So they had a scene, which I thought I don't think this would have happened in 95. 94, I saw Kanan wearing the Jordan 9s, which came out in 94. Them some of my favorite shoes. I actually need that pair of the black and white Jordan 9s he was wearing. Anyway, we see that they argue with the record executive who's Jewish with B Rilla, and he talking about his people, the Jews, and they couldn't work anywhere, so they got in the music industry, and he's trying to listen, but he don't want to hear it, and they go back and forth. He want more money, and then the bombshell dropped, and I don't know how many of y'all picked up on this, and of course, I'm sure pretty much a lot of people gonna say they picked up on it after the fact or down the road. Maybe they did, they didn't, but the record executive said, my people couldn't get work. We couldn't work in this place. We couldn't use the banks. We didn't have anywhere to trust. So, like a lot of us, tradition resorted to keeping piles of money in our house. A tradition I seem to keep myself to this day. Anyway, what? Hold up. Wait. That's that Nate Dogg on that ass. What he talking about? You keep piles of money in your house to this day. And you telling two Negroes that it's broke. That all they got to do is go to your house and that's a bank robbery. So eventually, don't be surprised when B Rilla and Lulu about to go to his house to make a withdrawal. One of them, both of them, and they starting to be friends because now we see B Rilla's been living at Lulu's house on his couch. He like, when I got you out, it was nothing about you staying in my crib. He like, well, where else I'm gonna stay? I can't do this, that, blah, 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 blah. So I think they gonna end up being friends. They gonna probably end up putting together a little plan or a scheme. Lulu may end up going to jail for trying to take dude money after he had an opportunity for a fresh start. Lulu might get screwed over because at the end of the day, he's an employee for this guy. He's not an independent contractor or getting paid a percentage necessarily. And as we saw in that conversation, Lulu said, I looked over the contract. It ain't that good. It ain't the worst, but it ain't that good. And so then dude trying to talk about Barry Gordy, this, that, and the other. I think B-Rilla might actually end up influencing Lulu for them to go ahead and hit dude, especially if dude end up doing something shady with Lou, not paying him or doing this or talking crazy, flipping the script, and Lou like, hey, I helped you with B-Rilla. I made this a hit. Now you don't want to pay me, or this all you gonna do? He like, hey man, you was nobody. I gave you this. And I bet you Lulu will be like, let's go get that money. Let's go to that ATM. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Christo Black, you say facts. What a dummy. For real. Who says that? You know, I keep piles of cash in my house to this day. You know what? I don't need no advance. We best friends. Peanut, what's good, Peanut? You say B-Rilla too reckless. I think so. I think for one, he can't even play the game. So after they had that little back and forth, dude was like, okay, does that mean anything to you? Nah. He's like, well, thanks for hearing me out, though. I would have been like, yeah, I feel you. And then walked away like, man, I don't care what he said. I just need that bag if I was him. Anyway, I think he gonna end up making a mistake as well because he can't even keep it together to get the bag. B, what's good, girl? How you doing? Good to see you. As always, Crystal Black. I feel like B-Rilla's playing Pop Smoke. Eh, Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke, man. He was just starting to take off too, huh? He was in that one basketball movie. And then it was over. Bobby Bailey, what's good, my brother? How you feeling? What's up with you? So, what else we see this episode? Quan, rich homie Quan. He rolled up on Rock. Rich homie Quan rolled up on Rock like Black Rain on the motorcycles. With that long ass leather coat, about to get caught in the wheels. He got the little pleather melting on the muffler over there on the bike. He hopped off, went in there. Those are my people. If you can't handle it, we will. Rock said, Rock had two goons. He came with 4, 5. And them two was about to stand up. She like, I got this. No, you don't. Anyway, Quan. So I see Bobby Bailey. You say Rock gonna take Quan out. Yeah, more than likely, because that's how the show always has them doing it. But reality wise, with her always taking out the connect or finding a new connect or something, that ain't really, that accurate because they make them find a new connect way too easy. You know what I'm saying? What's good? Good evening, Aisha. How you doing? So we see also this episode, Kanan done leveled up a little bit because while he with his little thick little shorty, she had brought up some good points, which I'm surprised Kanan didn't already notice because she told him, you need another spot. You can't be sleeping where you work. You can't shit where you eat, basically. And so he's sitting there like, oh, where you learn that from, your daddy? But he should have learned that from his mama, because Rock never lived in the spots where they worked. But anyway, he kind of was hesitant, but she was 100% right. Like she say, anybody could walk in here, everybody know what's going on. This ain't safe. So she talked him into looking at a new spot, new apartments. So they going around looking at new apartments. And the first thing I'm thinking of is, man, I could have swore in the 90s they did credit checks. Like he ain't but what, 17, 18? Because his mama still talk about going to school. If he was 18, she couldn't even say that no more. Because legally he could drop out. So it's only until you what? He got to be under 18. Otherwise, what would the school be talking about? You got to come to school and you 18 and older. You can do what you want legally. Anyway, I'm thinking, how is he gonna get another apartment? I'm thinking they gonna get another apartment in the same projects or something, especially since Famous needed help to get that apartment. Anyway, which that's a damn hand-me-down apartment in this month. He didn't hand me down this crib, which she actually fixed it up. They didn't what, put some new plastic on the floor. They didn't roll the new plastic on there. We got new plastic flooring, baby. It's real nice, real nice. Anyway, they go and try to go in a couple cribs, Kanan hating on it. Talk about this ain't even better than my spot. Dude, you got one room and a toilet. What is you talking about? Everything better than that. And he wasn't feeling it until they was at this one spot and dude was like, oh yeah, I was late. Thanks for coming by. Then he saw him, we already took a deposit. It's no longer available. He's like, oh, okay. It's because you saw us and then it ain't available. Huh? Okay. Boy, he swear he tried to act like 50 Cent. I mean, hey, it is what it is. You working backwards. But damn, man, it gotta be tough trying to be a young 50 Cent. Anyway, he get a little battery in his back now. He ready for an apartment now. And Shorty try to call him out on it like, oh, cause dude done played you. Now you want a spot. No, I just was thinking, maybe you was right. You did that. Which I'd have been like, yeah, man, screw dude. But anyway, they young. And so dude that they did go to, they're like, we need to fill out this application. He like, all right, look, how about I give you that first month, last month security? He like, yeah, but we still gonna need an application, which I'm thinking like, what they just gonna rent it out to somebody don't even know their name? But I'm pretty sure they did fill it out, but they didn't show all of that. I mean, for time. But I do like how he was like, how about a non-refundable extra security deposit? He like, I might be able to expedite something for you. Like, yeah, thanks for that expedition. Thanks for the expediting. 305, Mr. City J. You think Famous dead? Lou turned that radio off with the quickness when Famous song was playing. That is true. So what I do think is that he's not dead, but Lou probably thinks he is. And he knows that he was kind of soft, but kind of in the middle of some stuff. But he don't know that Famous had something to do with Freddie. And as far as he know, Famous ain't really had nothing to do with nothing criminal, but he know how the streets could be. So I just think he probably just didn't even want to think about it, maybe. But I don't think, and plus, I think if he was gone, when he saw Famous sister, she would have talked about it or said something. And since that wasn't the case, I'm thinking maybe that ain't the case. Uh let's see. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to see your name. Moalim talks. Unique giving money to Pranessa, but why didn't he reveal himself to her? And I feel like Early will betray Unique. I agree with both of those points. I don't know why he's not revealing himself to her, and her finding that bag of money is going to be kind of obvious. Who else would do it for her? Which would probably be hurtful, like why you ain't let me know you was still alive or something. So I don't know why he's doing that. Maybe he a little confused. Maybe he feeling he ain't in the best position yet. Or maybe he feeling if he do reveal himself to her, maybe that could make her a target, or maybe she slip up and say some stuff she shouldn't. Or maybe he'll be seen with her, and that'll take, the element of surprise away of what he been doing. So that's a couple reasons why. And then also, I agree. I think Early is gonna snitch on him. Early is Chris Red, who was his partner that's helping him. We later see work at a body shop, and Marvin knows him. And like I was saying earlier in this video, I think he eventually gonna tell Marvin, but I think the reason why is because when Marvin told him that somebody took out, Juan and Tan, that that he felt guilty because Unique gave him that money. So in a sense, because Unique said, "You've been sweating me for this bread all this time, here you go." So in a way, you kind of facilitated and pushed this. You didn't tell him to take them out, but by pressuring him for this bread, he then did some things that was questionable. Now, would he have done it with or without you doing that? Who knows? But I think this may start weighing heavy on him, and I could easily see Unique taking him out in the back of that shop, muffle him. Your mouth too loud. It's time to muffle it. Anyway, Bobby Baylor, you think Famous and witness protection? I don't think so, because who would he be talking on that they would want to protect, unless he was snitching on Rock, which he don't know enough for that. So I don't think he in witness protection. I don't think he knows enough that would justify it. I just can't see it. Why would they protect? For what information does he have? Moalim, you say Early was hesitant about accepting the money and looked at him in a fearful way. I thought Unique was going to take him out right then. Now, honestly, I didn't think he was going to be able to count that bread. So, yeah, I would have been a little fearful too. You dealing with criminals. You never know what they may do. Shay 109, you say, how do you think the meeting with Treadmont going to go? That's a good question. I think he may ask what happened to old boy, but I think it should go smooth. Now, whether they work out a deal or not is different, but as far as violence, I think it should go smooth. But I don't think, because see, Rock is now in a weakened position. If they come to him, they needed him. And so maybe he may try to pull something or screw her over. She probably be like, ain't no difference between him and Quan. So I don't know. One thing I will say on the side note about this show is that they art department is always top notch. Like Kanan, that blue coat that he was wearing today with the J's and stuff, this reminds me of another theory on the internet that the world ended in 1999. And you know what? I'm starting to believe this theory more and more, but I don't think of it as the world ended in 1999. I think culture. The more and more I'm looking at stuff, I'm thinking culture has ended in 99, because like you look at this coat, all this stuff they wear and do, you can wear today and you would not look out of place. Like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, each decade was a difference and a change. What's the difference between the 2000s, the 2010s, the 20? I think since 2000 to 2020 until now, this last 20 years has been like the same stuff. Anyway, that's just my point about culture. I don't think too much has changed. They still wearing the retro Jordans, the same polos, clothes, hats, all this stuff is the same. It's not a big difference. Anyway, that blue, I remember these clothes. I never saw or had one on my friends, but that United Colors of Benetton or whatever. Man, those they I would see the advertisement of clothes. They would have some stuff, but I never could either afford it or see it. But boy, he was rocking that blue cap. And I'm telling you, that blue jacket was hard. Yeah. Hey, and anybody think I'm making this up about one journey? I know it sounds funny. And when I first heard this conspiracy theory, I thought it was insane. But this is part of like that simulation conspiracy theory, which is a lot of crazy conspiracy theories out there. But when I first heard of the world ending simulation conspiracy theory, I was like, man, this is stupid. And then like it's a few videos and different things that I looked at. I'm like, they got a point. But I don't think we in the matrix and in a simulation. I don't believe in simulation theory. In a way, it is true, but I think this is the only simulation. I don't think, anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked on this stuff because these is deep rabbit holes. But anyway, yeah, so that love what you collect. Yes, it was F1, but it's Benetton, United Colors of Benetton. And I got it actually on here, but my stuff didn't sync up. I used to have my photos sync up faster on my computer. Here, I'm about to send this photo right here of it, and then I'll pull it up. But yeah, so all that stuff, just fashion or whatever. Nevertheless, um, I think a lot of stuff happened with all of that. I don't want to go down in that rabbit hole anyway. Uh, because that simulation stuff, you could be talking for a minute on that one. Why is this not something? Trying to send this picture. Anyway, so what else happened this episode? Not my damn. Hold on. All right. All right. So yeah. Um. Well, I'm waiting to pull that up. She went to go talk to the Colombians, and we'll see how that work out. He gave him the what you call it. What's his name? I doubt that. I think that might be a setup also. When she go to meet oh boy. Here's the pictures. I just pulled them up. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do my rating for this episode, my Mosco. Every time I try to present this damn thing, this memory issue keep coming up. Hold on. What in the world? What in the world? Anyway, here. Well, that didn't help. Damn. All right. Let me go ahead and get ready for this Mosco. Uh Let me show y'all this right quick since I just worked so hard trying to pull it up. It still ain't showing everything like it should. But you can see right there, say F1 Benetton on there. Anyway, good enough. All right. So let me go ahead and break it down with the most score for this rating, and let's see how it go. All right, so the MOSCO is my little rating system I use to be impartial, talk about things in a scientific way. You know what I mean? So this show always use top-notch cameras and visuals and things, but they do tweak it to make it look like it's older, to put it into the zone of the time period, which I like. And so they had not really too many different angles and things that's coming to mind for me. One thing I did like is we saw Unique coming from Kanan's apartment, and he bumped Shorty little thick self, and she like, you could say excuse me, and he turned and looked, and she got her ass in that door. Overall, not too spectacular, but I would give it on a score of 25 because let's see, I would give it a 21. And let's see, the next category, storyline and plot. I enjoyed the storyline for this episode. It wasn't, some people may call it a filler episode because nobody got taken out or it wasn't a whole lot of action. But I like the episode. I think it answered a lot of the questions, like what's going on with Jukebox going AWOL. We learned a little about Lulu. We learned about Rock's mama Joyce and coming out and things. Kanan. I think a lot of questions got answered. We seeing growth in Jukebox, growth in Kanan. I enjoyed it. I would give it a 22 out of 25. And special effect, makeup, costumes. They did have some nice costumes this episode. They always have things, although it was a little confusing because I did see Jukebox wearing the Jordan 3s in the pizza parlor, and then Kanan wearing the Jordan 9s, and nobody retros weren't invented yet. So once the shoe came out, that was it. If you didn't get it then, you wouldn't get no more. They didn't re-release. They may come out with a new color, but once that's over, that's it. They didn't do retros. So that means she had them shoes for like 6 years. They look pretty new still. Anyway, I'm just a sneakerhead, I guess. I would give this overall. I did like this episode with that. I would give it with the special effect makeup costumes. I did like Rock's little outfit with the black with the little boobies and white. I would give it a 21 out of 25. I do like that Land Cruiser. And man, I wish I can get a Land Cruiser right now. Those classic Land Cruisers are still dope. And they ain't cheap. You could still pay 10, 20,000 for a 1995 Land Cruiser. And entertainment fun factor. I like this episode. I wouldn't say it's the one of the best of this or that, but it damn sure ain't one of the worst. I would give it a 20 out of 25, which would bring my score to an 84. I guess you could say round it up to an 85. So I guess an 8.5 out of 10 or an 8. I always give a 0.5 margin of discretion. So if you think it was an 8 or a 9, I can see the argument being made. I would go closer to an 8 than a 9. It was a B, a solid B. Wasn't a B plus or a C in my opinion, but it wasn't putting it over the top. But I enjoyed it. I don't have any complaints. At least not coming to mind first reaction. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? You let me know in the comments what you would rate this episode. What's good, Ambi? How you doing? You late, but you ain't you right on time. You ain't never late, girl. You always welcome. What you talking about? You all good. Christo Black, you say this was a damn good episode. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Like I say, I don't have any complaints. And to be a 10 or a 9 every episode is like almost impossible for any show, in my opinion. But as long as you maintain at least a solid B and some is a A, none really less than a B. You don't want some a A and some a C or a D. But as long as it stays a solid B, I think that's pretty good. Um, Another show that just came out with the season finale tonight is Severance on Apple TV. I didn't see that yet, but I know that's going to be pretty good. And that show, that's a straight dialogue, mind bending, twisting show that is very hard to rate. It's good, but not good in a way. It's really good. I like it, but I can see how it could be boring, possibly. Some people may think. I don't know. Anyway, I thought this was good. I enjoyed it. And I'm looking to see for this next episode what's gonna happen with Unique. When are they gonna find out about him? We going into the 4th episode and they still don't have a clue what he's doing, that he's alive. And also, I'm wondering what's going on with this family because Marvin in trouble. He know that he's being watched, even though he wanted to lie to Rock, which I don't know why he lied to Rock and say that wasn't him, and it was probably somebody else they saw coming from the attorney's spot. Like, what would you lie to her for? And she got your back. If anything, she been paying for stuff. So I don't understand. They got too many secrets. They lie to each other too much in this family, and I just think that that's gonna end up probably being a problem for them. But overall, I'm wondering as well what's gonna happen with Kanan and Shorty because we did see that little hobbit little mug that Kanan that was working with Kanan. He had a key. He was going into Kanan crib, I guess, to go clock in for work. And somehow Unique came from behind him. And if you know the projects, how you ain't see him? Like these hallways don't have hiding spots unless you at the end of the hallway by a corner, by some steps. But anyway, he popped out like Candyman. Candyman did operate in the projects. He popped out like Candyman on that ass. He said, "Get that ass in there. Give me everything you got." Kanan gonna open the door and just find dude laying there, the chalk outline. Gonna say, "It's a damn shame what they did to that dog." Who know what I'm talking about? Damn shame what they did to that dog. Have an outline of the dog next to him. But I bet you this gonna be a big wake up call, especially if he do take dude out in there. Cause Shorty gonna be like, "I told you we should have moved." Which you know what? And I know I could be overthinking things at times. But why was they not there? Who the hell moves into apartment the first day they sign the lease? He ain't even moving no furniture, nothing. They already moved out the first night. I done signed some apartments and leases and things and bought stuff, but I ain't never moved the same day. The next day was about as fast as I ever did it. I think it was the next day or 2 days. I think I moved in the next day is the fast. I never moved in the same day. But you had everything packed up in the damn truck while you was filling out the application. So anyway, when they go back and see dude in there where everything is either cleaned out and there's only him laying there or whatever, then that's gonna be a problem. I'm wondering how that's gonna work out. Then what they gotta call the cops, do whatever. You got this little dude in here stinking. You gonna throw him in the dumpster in the incinerator? So I could see how they got some issues ahead depending on what he did. So, and hey, ain't nothing better than having a peaceful place to lay your head at night. And as a man, man, your home is your castle, man. Ain't nothing I hate more than having to come home to a place that ain't peaceful, whether it's your woman or roommates or whatever. Kids, that's just horrible, man, because you already got to go through too much outside. So when you come home, you need to be having some peace. Anyway, he is shorty, so he's still learning. But I know he gonna be glad he got that little piece, that little piece that he was smashing. He got that piece up out of there because anybody could have walked in and saw all them goodies. Anyway, another thing that we saw, I almost forgot, is Jukebox cleaning out her closet. So she came out the closet, literally, and then cleaned it out. Because we saw that then she done came out and told everybody she gay, told Kanan, told Marvin. And then she went upstairs and went in the closet, took took that butter shirt, threw it away, took that military army fatigues and boots, threw them away. She's like, I ain't no soldier. Soldier boy, tell him, do it away. So, and then the old boy was like, where your rap group? Booty. Booty? We was never booty. We just wasn't good. No. Butter. She had to let that butter melt. Took the butter out, came out the closet, cleaned it out, cleaned the closet out. Ain't nothing in my closet. Ain't no skeletons. Ain't no army. Ain't nothing in there. It's wide open. You won't come on in and take a lick. Anyway, I bet you old girl that saw Jukebox on the corner, she about to level her up. Jukebox about to get turned out by a straight stud muffin. Straight up. She's a cute stud too. She's like, hey, what's a bunch of hoes gonna do to me? I ain't scared of them. Give me a good tongue lash, and that's about it. Anyway, I'm about to wrap it up, y'all. But let me see any other points I might have missed in this episode. Let me think about it. Look on this. I did like how Rock said to the Chinese dude. I did say this earlier, but she said, we married too, and once you jump this broom, ain't no going back. Once you jump this broom, baby, I'm gonna sweep. I'm gonna sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. Nah, let's see what else. I think that pretty much covered this episode. Main points. I think Marvin in trouble overall with the feds is watching. I think Kanan. How many of y'all think she gonna be his baby mama? Now we do know Sean's mother in the show, and that she's not Sean's mother. It doesn't even look like a younger version of her. But maybe he had more kids, or maybe the kid didn't last, or maybe they dipped on him and we don't know. It's a lot of options out there that could happen. But I give Kanan credit in the sense that, and also it does remind me when we were growing up in the 90s, we the last of the old school generation, Generation X. My generation, the last generation that grew up without computers in their life and phones and stuff and tracked everywhere and things. Like we were little people, we were little grown-ups. Like we were driving at 16 and we were having jobs and doing stuff, and he they shacking up and getting places and do, like, man, life moved fast, and I don't know if that's good or bad. Um, honestly, I think the majority of human existence, when you was about 15, 16, you was an adult, considered adult. Women throughout the human existence was having babies when they was able to, I guess. So I guess in modern times, the advent of a childhood, because a childhood didn't exist until modern times. They used to put kids to work. That's why people used to have big families, so you could plow this land and work the land and stuff. There was a workforce, and when they stopped with the child labor and kids stopped working and then go to school and play and childhood, that's something new. I don't know if it's good or bad. Maybe it stunts the growth of people. That's why we probably got so many grown babies running around in this world crying and baby and needing to get babied for every little thing. They don't know how to, even if adversity comes, they don't know how to deal with it. I need a safe space. This is my safe space. They were offensive. Then when adversity come or health issues or whatever, they don't know what to do. Never dealt with adversity, never overcame adversity. And that's the real thing that's going to be guaranteed in life is you're going to go through some shit. You're going to have some adversity in life. So, that's probably the number one skill that you can have is how to overcome adversity and deal with that, because you can be as smart as you want or whatever, but if certain things come your way and it destroys you, yeah, you're going to have problems. Going to be trouble. Anyway, let me get up out of here, y'all. I just want to say thank you for watching. Appreciate all the support. Let me take a little bit more water right quick. I'm going to go live Friday night at 9 o'clock. I'm going to do some live call-ins as well. So if anybody want to come chat, talk about the episode live, we definitely do that. And, appreciate everybody for watching, coming through. For those that don't know, when I do the first reaction, it's right after the episode airs at midnight. So, start at 1 a.m. It's 2:25. I appreciate all of y'all for rocking with me, coming through while we chop it up, talk about this episode. This is the show, a lot of us enjoy. And there's a lot of things I think going on this season in this show that we can look forward to. For anybody that hasn't heard me say it before, I think Rock, Marvin, and Lulu could all possibly be eliminated or end up in prison this season. I think it's possible for all of them. I said it before. I say it now. I still don't see any difference. I think Marvin may end up locked up. Lulu as well, because now that I see the dumb record exec, I keep piling some money in my house to this day. I don't know why. So I think that's going to lead to a problem for Lulu. Him and B really going to be bunk bed buddies. And Rock, without Marvin and Lou, I think it's over for her. We see a couple no-name goons with her every now and then, like at the little Asian restaurant. But how much can she really trust them to hold down operations? So, and then they know if they do her wrong, what can she do without them? So I think that if Marvin and Lulu is gone, it's over for her. She'll really be needing Kanan. And then we ain't even looked at the monkey wrench of Pop Smoke, aka Pops and Sweets, because they about to have Kanan working with them or have a beef with Rock or all of the above. So it's the walls is closing in, and I ain't talking about them sugar walls. The walls of the destruction is closing in on her. And Kanan, we know how he survives, and we know how he gets put behind bars. but the road up until then, I think, gonna be pretty complicated. And at the age that he's in, like learning a few things since I've been around, I didn't know that the human brain doesn't finish forming until the age of 25. Wow, the frontal cortex, decision making area and things doesn't finish developing until the age of 25. And so you know, you can get manipulated easy as a teenager. People can turn you against your parents or turn you against your loved ones or have you doing things that if you was a little more mature and older, you probably wouldn't do. And so I can see them possibly playing a role in manipulating him against Rock. We already saw in the preview, he was saying something. They were saying something like, "You always gonna be up under your mama. You a little mama's boy." I ain't no mama boy. I'm a dope boy. I'm my own dope boy. I can show you. I can do it without my mom. And saying something like that could easily twist him up. So I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely think it's going to be some issues going forward. And even if they did popping sweets, popping smoke, take Rock out, maybe he take them out. Or maybe they take her out and say they don't know what happened or had nothing to do with it. And maybe he don't have a way to prove it. Who knows? All I'm saying is that I think it's on the table for any and all of them to meet some troubles. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's an interesting season. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how it's gonna play out. And y'all let me know what you think. I'll be back later tonight. And I'll see y'all on the next one. I gotta get this computer cleaned up. Too much stuff on here. I'm tired of this damn message popping up. Oh my goodness. Anyway, y'all be good. Be safe. Deuces. I'm out of here. Peace.